Qveen Herby helped me manifest becoming a best-selling author. Hello, I wanted to start out this video with this. Queen, I love you so much. Thank you so much for leaving your comment on my art. It means so much to me. I made a video a couple weeks ago saying how I'm obsessed with Qveen Herby, and I've done multiple pieces of art of hers, and she actually saw the video and she commented on it. Oh my gosh. And then I ended up creating a few more shorts that I've posted, and those have been doing really well. And I've connected with quite a few of you. I have a bunch of new people that are following me. Thank y'all so much for just like showing me so much love and support on my artwork. And like y'all just get it. Y'all know how much Queen is like such an influence in oops, sorry about that. The camera fell. I just want to say thank y'all so much for all of the love and support on all of those videos. I really appreciate it. And y'all just know how impactful Qveen Herby is. Y'all have felt the impact of her music on your life too. And there's a painting that I'm working on over there. I don't love how it's turning out, and she's kind of been sitting for a couple weeks, but we'll see. You know, sometimes I'll work on something and I just won't make any movement on it for a while, and then like I'll wait around, and then time will pass and I will eventually find the inspiration to start working on it again, and then it comes out and it turns out a certain way. So I just have to trust the process. So yeah, I wanted to talk about, I kind of had this fun full circle moment again with Queen, talking about how she commented on this particular video. So, this particular piece I did in May of 2024. So, was definitely listening to The Muse and Housewife on repeat. And this was like right before she dropped The Alchemist. And so I did this piece of art. I had a whole process that I went through to create it. And this particular video, there is a book that is sitting right here in the top of this video. It's called the Creative Life book. So the Creative Life book is a compilation book where a bunch of people submit their chapter, and they're all writing about the same thing. The topic of this Creative Life book was about the art of living a fully expressed life. So that went hand in hand with all of the things that Qveen Herby was talking about on her podcast, Herby House. And so while I was working at this job to help pass the time, because I had a lot of like repetitive, kind of mundane type tasks that I had at this job. And so I would listen to this podcast to get inspired. I was just constantly trying to consume as much as I could of creative content, whether that be podcasts or books, or just looking constantly for creative inspiration in as many ways as possible. This is exactly the kind of thing that Queen talks about in the Herby House podcast. I've mentioned that 2024, I completely changed my life. I manifested some crazy things, and I did it all through writing. Queen also talks about how writing has absolutely changed her life. Part of the writing process was that I was trying to manifest a job where I had flexibility in my schedule, and I had and express my creativity in different ways. And so I actually put in my notice at my job and didn't have a backup plan. And not too long later, my boss came to me and asked if I wanted to manage the social media for the company. And so I said yes, and that is what I do now. So that freed me up. I didn't anymore. You know, I go into work once a week, and only for a couple of hours. So I suddenly had a lot more free time in my schedule, which was great because I had this deeper calling inside of me to pursue something bigger. Like I just felt like I was made to do something bigger. And I didn't know what it was. I just knew that I was a very creative person, and I was totally holding myself back on the ways that I could be expressing myself, and that I had things to share with the world. And in January, I decided to go all in on my entrepreneurial adventures, and I made a pretty big 5-figure investment into an entrepreneurial group. And I also have a coach that I work with. And through everything that I've learned this year so far, I have come so far and learned so much. And part of this was that it got me into the the place to become a published author. So the person that did the Creative Life book, Jessica Hughes, she happened to have this Write It Real experiment, which I joined in 2024. She launched the books and she was doing that. I wasn't part of that. I just was aware that it was a thing that existed and I thought it was really cool. And then in 2025, she joined forces with a couple of other people, and they formed the Radical Company. And so that was the group that I joined. They help soul-led entrepreneurs, achieve their dreams, and they help you with all of the things that would keep you stuck. And I can't tell you like how grateful I am to have them, and as well as working with another Jess. And she's a wonderful coach. She does somatic work, and she teaches you how to run your business and regulate your nervous system in the process, because all of it is tied together. So, is fast forward to July of this year, I end up writing a chapter in one of the books of the Creative Life book series, Radical Courage. I share my story about how I moved back to Texas in July of 2023. And in 2024, I joined the Write It Real experience and completely changed my life. And here I am today. I just was able to continue listening to myself and following those breadcrumbs that the universe was leaving for me, and really listening to myself and learning how to really trust myself. I've developed a lot of things, but self trust is definitely one of those things that I've really developed this year. I just have to say that, I have to thank Queen Herbie for being part of this journey too, because her music has been so empowering, and really stepping into this version of myself that is a much more higher, elevated, and so sure of herself version of myself, that I, could only have like dreamed to be in this place today. And I'm just so grateful. And yeah, so you just never know who you can inspire when you share your art. So whenever Queen Herbie says we need your art, and I say it too, all over my Instagram account, like I truly mean it, because you have no idea like the ripple effect of what your art could do to somebody else. You can really change someone's life. You can really inspire them in ways that you would never imagine. And yeah, so that's what I wanted to say, and how Queen Herbie helped me manifest becoming a best selling author. All right, that's all. Bye.